Check, check, check. Let's see how this goes.
Hello.
What up?
What up, dude? How's it going, man?
It's going. I've had a busy weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, my wife pulled all the weaves in our two flower beds outside the front of our house, and
Okay.
and I put down the weed blocking tarp type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say if that was where it ended. Is your wife pulled all the weeds? I was like, well, it sounds like your wife had a big
I'm like, I am
weekend.
pooped. No, so
I just was sitting out there drinking a beer, watching her that whole time, and you wouldn't believe how hard it is to do supervisor duty. You wouldn't
missed a spot.
believe
you missed a spot.
the stress involved in making sure all them fucking weeds are out of there. Yeah.
I put the tarp down, and what I did this year, and I hope that it's a game changer. So like the first thing I did was obviously I put the tarp down because I'm tired of dealing with pulling weeds every year. This is not the first time, but one of the handful of times that my wife has pulled the weaves, and rightfully so. You know, she's gone through a couple pregnancies. You can't really do that shit. So now what I did was I put the tarp down, hopefully prevent those weeds from coming back, and the mulch I'm using is the rubber mulch.
Okay, I like the rubber mulch.
So
the
package says that the color and all of that stay for 12-year guarantee, and I'm like, dude, if I don't have to do shit, then that was well worth it. Now, come next year, if it's like, this looks like ass, then...
I mean, that's a big if, dude. That's a big fucking if, my friend, yeah.
And aside from that,
Is that a 12-year guarantee? Is it a 12-year fucking guarantee?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're going to send anyone here to, like, shovel it away, you know?
Fuck, yeah, dude, that sucks.
But I also built the greenhouse. I built my greenhouse, so...
Good. We'll have some greenery on its way, buddy.
Damn
it's almost
right.
420 where we are, so that's perfect.
Where we are?
Yeah, dude. You know, I mean, there's time. Somebody's already celebrating 420 right now. Somebody's already getting down on 420 somewhere in the world.
Well, yeah.
You know, there's time differences and shit, dude.
So aside from that, I also I pulled myself away from 90 Day Fiance to come do this pod.
God, dude, that must have been really hard for you, and I'm really grateful that you did, though, because I think this is gonna be a good one, my friend.
Well, it's rough because I pulled myself away from people who are in love. You know,
the love, dude, of all those people. Yeah, it's just see, you know, love is a fickle thing, so they say.
Well, I did that so we could come and talk about love.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to talk about love. Welcome, everybody. This is stuff you wouldn't say out loud, by the way, just in case you were wondering where you are and what you're doing. If you didn't know the podcast,
if you didn't know which one you fucking clicked on.
Exactly. But here we are, and I am Mike.
Oh, and I'm Jake. Still.
I was gonna say, I hope you remember your name still. Yeah, we're gonna chat about one of my least favorite topics today. Actually, I am not a fan of the concept of love. Yes, I do not believe in love.
Whoa! I didn't know that this was your standpoint when you texted me about this topic.
Yes, I do not. I don't believe.
Wait a second. How does someone who's married, I'm not in love?
No, it's okay. I mean, I tell my wife this all the time, that I don't believe in love. She knows that I don't believe in love. I think that love is a fake, made-up thing that, like, humans have created. I mean, obviously all emotions are named, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're fake names. But,
okay.
I mean, like, I think even beyond that, like, you can be sad, right? Like, you can be happy, but love is like, I don't think it's a real thing. It's mixed up. It's confused emotions that we put together.
Okay, but, like, so then what do you call it that you feel for your son?
I wouldn't say it's love, man. I don't know.
Whoa!
I don't like the word love.
What?
I don't like the word love. I'm not saying I don't care deeply for my son more than anything in the world, but I don't like the term love, dude.
Why?
I'm not a fan of it.
What happened to you?
I'm not a fan of it. I just don't think I think it's just, you can wrap up so much bullshit into love nowadays. And maybe it's always been that way, that it's lost its meaning, dude. I think it's lost. I think you can describe how you care about somebody much better by using, like, other words, other descriptive terms. You know what I mean? Like, more specific descriptive terms. Because I can love my wife, I can love my son in a different way. I can love my Grammys in a different way, right? Like,
sure.
Those are all, but, like, I don't know, then, what exactly is love? Like, I don't understand it.
It's a lot of things, dude. It's not just one thing. I mean, like, it's a lot of different feelings. Like, love is like this
exactly. It's a lot of different feelings, and it shouldn't all be considered love, then.
But I think,
what you're feeling.
No, well, I think the reason that it's all considered love is because even when I'm upset with, you know, say, my son, because he threw his red balloon in the fucking trash and keeps saying, get it. And I'm like, no, dude, you still got a blue balloon. You're not getting the red balloon because I told you, don't put that in the trash. You stared at me and you did it while staring at me. And now you're asking, get it. So no, right? So I'm aggravated. However, I still love him. You know what I mean? It's not
for him.
You're not defining those emotions like as your relationship to that person. My aggravation,
I don't know, dude.
That's not my relationship with my son. Like, it's not like, he aggravates me. Like, that's the only fucking thing I feel. Like, no, I love him, and because I love him, you know, I put up with, one time I was changing his pants and he, like, stared at me and started pissing. As I was changing his diaper, dude. And he just goes, I'm changing his diaper, and he stares at me.
Uncle Mike, dude. He takes after his Uncle Mike.
He stares at me as I'm changing his diaper, and he just goes, diaper change? Like, yeah, dude, right now is what I was doing. That's what I was doing it right now.
No time for that nonsense, dude. You gotta pee all over everything all the time, and that's the only way to do it. And maybe that's how he shows his love, dude. But is that,
there you go.
Like,
there you go.
I don't know, man. Listen, I'm not opposed to exploring the idea of it. I just don't like it as a descriptive term. I think it's just it's a cop-out term. It's a cop-out term. Like, that's how I look at it. I just don't think it's I think it's a big old crock of shit is what I think it is.
That's rough, man. See, I don't buy that you truly feel that way, though.
I'm telling you, man, I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong. I don't think that I...
But you say it, do you not?
Experience the emotion, because I have to.
You don't say it. I mean,
tell my wife all the time I don't like saying it. Yeah, but I just don't... Like I said, I think you could tell someone how you feel in a way that would be much more meaningful than just saying, like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a very generic-y kind of thing. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm not a fan of it, dude. I'm not a big fan of the term.
Yeah, you're a big fucking Scrooge.
I'm not a Scrooge, dude. I'm a caring person. I'm a very caring person. I am. I don't like the term love. I don't like it.
Well, you know, so you've stumped me on this because I don't know what to say to that. So I'm just at, like, what else do you have, like, on your bullet list to go through? Like,
yeah, I was going to say that wasn't even on my repertoire, to be honest with you. That wasn't even I mean, I assumed it would come up, but I have some things, dude. So I have we're going to dive in. I'm going to try to answer this question for myself today, dude. And we have some things. We're going to look at what is love, like what makes up the term love, like by definition, and try to get a better understanding. We are going to also take a look at some other shit. No, we're going to look at... Well, I'm going to save this one for the end, but we are going to look at the 15 weirdest marriages. I think that would be pretty fun.
What does that even mean? Is that an article you found?
Yes, this is things that people love enough that they have married.
Ooh.
Like, yes.
It's gonna be
yes.
like a tree, like that sort of shit.
Yes, dude. And then we just have some like interesting, like I wanted to dive into like the psychology of love as well. So we kind of we're going to look at that as well. But I think we should start by defining what exactly the fuck love is. So maybe I'll understand it better, dude. Maybe I'm like way off on what I think love is and what you know what I mean. Like, maybe,
well, you're definitely coming off as unapproachable. You know,
unapproachable.
Yeah, I mean, so like if you're at a single man at a bar and there was like a chick that was into you and she knew like, nah, love isn't real.
I think that makes me, dude, like mysterious.
I don't think so. I think that shouts.
Sitting at the guy sitting at the bar drinking by myself, just yelling at people. There is no love. Oh, there's no love.
You've probably been you've probably been closer to that guy.
Yes. Dude, I don't know, dude. Like I said,
still unapproachable.
I'm for sure a caring person. I just don't like labeling it with that term. Like I said, again, I don't think it's not that I don't experience the emotions related to love. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I just don't like calling it love. Like, I don't like that term. That's all. That's all. So I'm not saying I don't believe in, like, the concept of what love is. I just think it's a bullshit term. That's all I'm saying. But let's define it. Let's see. Maybe, like I said, maybe by the end of this, it will change my whole perspective, and I will say, you know what? I'm a loving man, and love is what I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna preach it to the people. You know. You never know.
You never know.
That's what I'm saying.
You never know. Okay.
So, love is a complex set of emotions, behaviors, and beliefs associated with strong feelings of affection, protectiveness, warmth, and respect for another person. It can also be used to apply to non-human animals, to principles, and to religious beliefs. For example, a person may say that he or she loves his or her dog, loves freedom, or loves God.
Interesting.
So, yeah, cool. So let's take a look at what exactly, like, the definitions, like the exact definitions of love are. So, a willingness to prioritize another's well-being or happiness above your own. Fair, right? I like how that's worded. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Extreme feelings of attachment, affection, and need. Dramatic, sudden feelings of attraction and respect. A fleeting emotion of care, affection, and like. A choice to commit to helping, respecting, and caring for another, such as in marriage or when having a child. See, that's good. Like, you know, I might not love, but I commit to helping, respecting, and caring.
But they're saying that's
what
it is.
Yeah, but do we have to call it love? That's all I'm saying.
It's just easy.
Emotions.
You don't need to waste 1,000 words, dude. If you can just use an emoji, use the emoji.
Dude, don't even get me started on. You know how I feel about emojis. You know, if we're gonna bring up emojis, I'm gonna bring back the goofy smiley face. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, I fucking hate. That's such like.
It's coming back. Maybe that's how I want to describe how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like goofy smiley face out, dude.
Well,
just fucking like I got dwarfism. So. There's been much debate about whether love is a choice, whether it is something permanent or fleeting, and whether regarded as love between family members and spouses is biologically programmed or culturally indoctrinated. So that's kind of that's an interesting subject there. So whether it's we are born, learn, like whether it's like nature versus nurture. Do we love because that's like what we're programmed to do, like by our genes and our DNA, or do we love because that's something culturally that we're supposed to do? What do you think about that?
No, I think for the most part it's pretty programmed in us. Like we just, okay. I think we want attention, we want love, we want to give love. You know, I think it's in us. I
would agree with that to some extent. I mean, I think that it's probably a mixture of both, but like babies, you know, like they like to, beyond just like the fact that like they want to be near their mothers because of the protection and like the fact that they're fed, like they also just like to cuddle.
Yes.
Babies do like to cuddle. You know what I mean? Like that's like the whole idea of like if you hold a baby and or like if a baby's not held after it's born, like it won't develop correctly. Like it doesn't have to be, it can be fed properly, it can have like the proper, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you can have all the means for survival, but if it doesn't have that social interaction, then it doesn't develop properly.
I mean, who never holds their baby though?
Well, no. Well, I mean, there's those people who, like, put their baby up for adoption. Dude, there's volunteers who come into the hospitals just to hold babies. That's their job. It's not like their job. Usually it's volunteers, but they come in to hold the babies so they develop properly.
What?
If not, they can get developmental disabilities,
How?
Dude. They can get... I promise you that's a real... They call it, like, they get failure to thrive if they're not held.
Really?
I shit you not. Yes. That's why I teach my students when we talk about the importance of like touch and interaction, because like in the nursing and medical field we use touch a lot. Like that's the way we use to communicate. We talk about how important social interaction is. Mm-hmm. And like as human beings we need, not want, we need social interaction. Like we need food, water, shelter, etc. Like it's not a want, it's a need. We do not develop correctly. Same as like if you put somebody in solitary confinement,
right,
24 hours a day, you still give them food, water, all that stuff, but no social interaction. Like they will like not even just like develop psychological issues. Obviously that's going to happen, but they also suffer like physiological illnesses like due to this. Like they can develop like cardiac conditions and things like that due to lack of social interaction.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
It's insane, but like I buy it, you know? Sure.
I don't like to be cuddled, honestly. I was going to say I like to be cuddled, but I don't. I really don't like being touched at all. I'm like not making a good case for myself, dude. No, I don't. I do not like to be touched. I do not like to be, like, I don't know. I have like this bubble. When people get in that bubble, it makes me like extremely uncomfortable. Like I feel claustrophobic if I'm forced to like sit on a couch with like somebody laying on top of me. You know what I mean? Like cuddling me. Yeah. Like I feel like I need to like get that person off of me immediately or I'm going to suffocate. Maybe I just have deep psychological issues.
Yeah. I think we're finding out something's up.
I mean, you like to cuddle?
Yeah, I do. More than my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's more on my side about this.
I don't know if she'd be on your... Well, yeah, I don't think she's fully psychotic like you, but...
Is that a sign of psychopathy? Is that like don't like to cuddle?
Could be.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, where were we here? So yeah, that's kind of like the definition of what love is.
Sure.
So now there's also the argument of love versus lust. And see, this is where I think that there's some confusion, right? Like, especially when people are in love, that term in love, not love something, but I'm in love. Maybe I'm more against the concept of being in love than loving something. Maybe that's what it is. Because I do not like that. Like, that kind of pisses me off. Just saying
still doesn't make
love.
a strong case for your marriage, so go on.
Well, the marriage is okay. She's okay with my psychopathic tendencies, apparently. She understands. She's probably one of those sweet ladies, dude, that just thinks, like, I can change it. I can fix it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to be okay one day. And I'm like, dude, just fucking alarm bells going off in my head all the time like a psychopath. So anyways, especially in the early stages of a relationship, it can be difficult to tell. I would assume that, like, psychopaths just have crazy amounts of noise in their head all the time, right? Like, when I envision with a psychopath, that's what I say the alarm bell.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably.
Right?
I'd say...
I would think so.
I'd say anytime no one's, like, actually talking to them, their head is still, like, it's still loud.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. It's like, yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So, especially in the early stages of a relationship, it can be difficult to tell the difference between love and lust. Both are associated with physical attraction and an intoxicating rush of feel-good chemicals, coupled by an often overwhelming desire to be closer to another person. But only one is long-lasting, and that is love. Sometimes this is something cultivated between two people. It grows over time, though getting to know this person and experiencing life's many ups and downs together involves commitment, time, mutual trust, and acceptance. Lust, on the other hand, has to do with sex-driven sensations that draw people toward one another initially and is fueled primarily by the urge to procreate. Characterized by sex hormones and an idealistic infatuation, lust blurs our ability to see a person for who he or she truly is, and consequently, it may or may not lead to long-lasting relationships. So there you go. There's the tale.
There you go. Yeah, that was long and boring.
I do what I can, dude. You know, what can I say? I mean,
yeah, I get
don't know,
it,
man. So again, that's where I get.
For me, that's like that is the same as like finding someone attractive and thinking someone's pretty. I think that those two are two different things. Like, I think we say that person's attractive, like more than I would, because I think attractiveness is like, I think, you know, someone being pretty to me is like, okay, that's like, you know, that's the book cover. But I feel like attractiveness is like within the book. You know, I think there's more than just you look good, right? So that's kind of like lust and love, you know, like same sort of thing. Like,
I would agree with that. Because I don't think, like, I have ever wanted to actually be with someone. I am, like, I guess the best word I could use is, like, mentally attracted to. Like, I think overall they are attractive, as opposed to, like, they just look like, I want to bang that person, right? Like, beyond I want to bang that person, I also want to, like, be able to have conversations with that person and be able to, like, talk about things that I'm interested in, and them care about things that I'm doing and me care about things that they're doing and all that bullshit that goes along with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean...
Right, exactly.
Okay. Maybe I'm turning to maybe I'm flip-flopping here, dude. I'm starting to think love might be a real thing. I would say you're convincing me, but maybe I'm convincing myself, dude.
Yeah.
So obviously love also plays a big thing in mental health, like whether or not like the whole idea of like caring and compassion. Actually, one of the examples they use here is the babies not being shown love and affection in form of frequent holding or cuddling may develop or may be developmentally delayed, or ill. So, yeah, there you go. Also, obviously, like low self-esteem and depression is correlated with feeling unloved, all that good stuff. And it can also play a role in long-term health, and feeling emotionally connected may increase immunity, dude. Love is the cure to all.
Whoa.
All we need is love, dude. The Beatles had it right on.
All we need is love.
Dude, if we had more love in the world, this is why God's punishing us with coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why this is happening.
God looked down, he saw this ISIS group like literally cutting people's heads off, and he's like, holy shit, that's not love.
I don't think that's there's a lot of things you can wrap up in love, God would say. I don't remember putting this in the Bible, though. Cutting the heads off is a way that we show love to one another.
No.
So,
and that's not even what pissed him off. What pissed him off the most was that the guy's name was Jihadi John. And he's like, what? All right.
Yeah, dude, we don't need this fucking dude running around saying his name's Jihadi John.
Jihadi John. Come on. They should cut his head off.
Does it make any sense to you when, like, and I'm not, like, bashing religious people here by any means. I just want your take on this. When people say, like, God is love, like, what the fuck does that mean exactly? Like, I'm not being, like, a dick. Like, what does that mean, though?
That's a good question.
Like, what is that supposed to fucking mean?
God is love.
God is love. Like, what is the fuck is that?
I don't know. I can't make sense of it.
Okay, well,
I've also never asked. I've never stuck around long enough to ask, you know?
See, this is the things that, like, you wouldn't, and this is why this is a problem that we don't say these things out loud, because now we don't fucking know. Now we don't fucking know why God is love.
The next time someone says that to you, just look them in the eye and go, what does that mean?
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I should probably say not what the fuck are you talking about. That's not the right way.
No, that's not a good way to. Yeah, that's not a good way to start the conversation.
No, we don't want to do that. That's not. It's probably not going to be beneficial to me. Probably not going to be beneficial to me. All right. Well, let's look at some facts. Let's break down the facts. Like we'll look at some interesting things here. So. This is from boardpanda.com, which is known to be the most reputable source
Interesting.
On the interweb. That's just my new thing. I say that every episode about a different website. So I'm going to just keep doing it. So monogamous relationships exist throughout the animal kingdom. Even though we think of ourselves as a faithful species, we're not the only one in the animal kingdom. Wolves, swans, gibbons, black vultures, albatrosses, even termites are just a few of those animals that find
termites
for a lifetime. Termites, dude, they mate for life. They find a little termite buddy, dude, and they're like, "You are the one, dude." Marvin Gaye fucking playing in the background, dude, and they're just like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cool, right? It only takes up to 4 minutes to decide whether or not you like someone. If you want to make a good impression on someone, you've only got about 4 minutes to do it. It's believed that it is far more to do with your body language, tone, and speed of your voice rather than what you say exactly. I've also heard smell too is a big thing. Like smell is going to like make or break you.
Yep.
Because I'm kind of OCD about my smell. Like I'm constantly like, you know what I mean? Like I keep like the body spray in the car with me. Like I always want to smell good.
Do you keep an extra pair of underwear in case you shit yourself?
I don't know, but I probably should. No, I haven't shit myself in a good long time. Now, pissed myself. There was a lot of great times where I pissed myself and pissed all over. Like I said, dude, your son and I would get along pretty well, probably, dude. He's probably doing better than me. No, since I've sobered up, I've been pretty good. But, dude, yeah, pissing my pants drunk used to happen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dude, do you remember the time, real quick, side story, do you remember the time when we were at the house, like the band house, where we all used to kick it?
Right.
And we were sitting there one night, and I don't remember who it was, but we had some drunk dude just get up in the middle of the night. He was, like, asleep. He was, like, maybe even sleepwalking. Whipped out his dick and pissed all over, like, the TV, the PS4, dude.
No.
Like, or whatever PS or whatever it was, dude. Just peed all over for a reading, and we're all just sitting there watching TV. There's like 10 of us still sitting there drinking beer, watching TV. This guy walks out of the bedroom, dude, and just fucking whips it out and starts peeing all over him. And nobody said anything. We're just like,
Do you know who the dude was?
No, I don't even think it was one of our friends. It was one of like the 10,000 random people that just showed up at our fucking house, dude.
No, I don't.
Like,
I don't remember this.
House.
I don't remember this.
That was the fucking weird thing about that house is like, dude, it wouldn't matter what time of day it was. There was always a solid 5 or 6 people sitting around drinking.
Oh,
no matter
yeah.
what time of day. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what time of day. I would get home from fucking class, dude. People just sitting there drinking that I never met before. I'd wake up in the morning, dude, getting ready for class, and there's just people sitting in the living room drinking. Like, just fucking any time, dude, day or night. Weirdest fucking thing. But anyway, sorry. So, when two lovers gaze at each other's eyes, their hearts synchronize. Huh? Huh?
Wait. Wait. When two what?
Lovers.
Okay.
Gaze at each other's eyes.
Okay.
Their heart rates synchronize. Some extraordinary research.
I don't buy it.
Has found that couples who are in love and bond in a romantic relationship synchronize their heart rates after gazing into each other's eyes for 3 minutes. Let's take a look at this research here, because I can pull it up. So let's take a look here. Okay.
No.
So this is actually a study that was done, which is pretty interesting. This was by, to be even more boring, Dynamical Systems Modeling of Physiological Corregulation. It's not correlation, corregulation in dyadic interactions in the Journal of Psychology in 2012. So that's a real thing.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about that? I don't know.
I don't believe it.
I want to say I don't buy it. I want to say I don't buy it. But if it's research, it's got to be real. That's the way the world works, dude. If you put research on the title of anything,
then it's real.
It's real. Why would that fucking be?
I don't know. I guess the same reason women's cycles sync up.
Now that is a real thing as well, and I don't understand why that is.
Right.
We are fucking weird creatures.
We
dude.
really
That's
are.
All I got to say
we
about
really
that.
are. Yeah.
All right. So falling in love has neurological effects similar to those of cocaine. Falling in love is much like taking a dose of cocaine, as both experiences affect the brain similarly and trigger a similar sensation of euphoria. Research found that falling in love produces several euphoria-inducing chemicals that stimulate 12 areas of the brain at the same time. Fuck, dude. This is turning my whole view of what love is upside down, dude. Now, so love is a drug.
Love, yeah, don't do drugs.
I'm sure that's been in songs before. God, dude, come on. You're going to put that on a fucking T-shirt like the Dare Officer. I feel like
don't
the fucking
do
Dare
drugs,
Officer.
do love. My Dare Officer in elementary school, he eventually like after elementary school, maybe I was in like middle school or whatever by then, he got arrested for possession of cocaine.
That is fucking fantastic, dude. That is fucking fantastic. Dude, I don't blame the guy. He's sitting there all day telling these fucking sniffling little kids, dude, these fucking snotty little brats, dude, that, like, drugs are going to ruin your life. And he knows that in reality, dude, that's the only way to reach your full potential.
Right.
Through cocaine. He's living that life, dude.
It's true.
He's living that life high on cocaine. Because when you're on cocaine, that's all you think about is the fact that
he was looking for love.
You can rule the world. Right. Well, yeah, maybe he was looking for love. He should not have been looking for it in 12-year-old kids.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to think he had a life outside of the school, considering he was getting coke from somewhere.
Well, he may have. Real quick, another side tangent. Can we talk about the fact that these fucking pederasses,
What's a pederast?
A pederast. What's a pederast, Walter?
What's a pederast?
What's a pederast?
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Donnie. The fact that these fucking dudes, like the ones that are into fucking kids, what do they call themselves? I can't fucking think of the name of it off the top of my head. I'm out of a brain fart here.
Wait, what? Who? What?
The kid fuckers. Not child molesters, but what do they call themselves?
Pedophiles?
Pedophiles.
They call themselves that?
Well, probably not. But dude, they're trying to like so much. They are trying to like ingrain that this is going to be an okay thing in the future. They're trying to get into like the whole LGBTQ.
No, they're not. Wait, no.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They want their letters added. I forget what they call themselves. Yes.
Fuck that.
What the fuck is wrong with these people, dude?
That.
What fucking nerve do you have to come out in public and say, I'm okay with this, I fuck kids?
Wait, who's the face of this movement?
I don't know who the face of this fucking movement is.
You know what I mean? Like, who's coming out and saying it?
There's people coming out and saying it, dude.
No, it's
I don't really want to search pedophiles like coming out. How a pedophile comes out on my phone. I don't
just
really
get
want
pulled
that
aside.
search result. I don't want that search result on my phone, dude. How a pedophile can come out and be okay and not be beaten up, like that would not be a good search result to have on my fucking phone. But dude, I'm telling you, it's a fucking thing.
No, it's not. There's no fucking way. There's no way.
I promise you. I think it's like CL.
Imagine if they had to imagine if they got it to the point of voting and it was like their whole thing is, like yes on 3, and you just like drive down the neighborhood and you see you see vote yes on issue 3 and like different in the front yards like of different houses, like you're like, yeah, fuck whoever lives in that house. Fuck them. You know what I mean?
I may or may not be burning down houses.
Right.
If that happens. I might become an arson overnight, dude, if that happens.
I mean, come on.
I don't know, man. Like,
did you see down on Route 60? So and so's got a vote yes on issue 3 sign in the front yard.
Mr. Joe, get the fucking hoods together, dude. We're going out and dude, I don't know, man. Like, the nerve of some fucking people to think that's it. And these people truly do think that one day it is going to be okay. Like, because people are getting so loose with sexuality, like what is okay and what's not. Like, social norms are kind of, breaking, like, what is normal. They really, truly believe that
they are predators.
I saw a whole fucking argument on Reddit that these people were like, yeah, it's going to be all right one day. It's cool.
Oh,
like, no,
my
dude, it's
God.
Never going to be okay. It's never going to be okay. You're always going to get your ass kicked.
That would be taking the approach of like, hey, what Bill Cosby did, like one day that'll be okay.
Let me ask you this though.
Was he in love?
It's off topic. No, well, he might have been in love. Do you think that it's better for someone who is attracted to children to like come out and go seek treatment so they don't act on their urges? Because that's also another argument I see, that like they need to normalize it so that people feel okay to get treatment for it.
Where was your question? What was the question?
Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you think that's okay? Like, do you think that these people should? Is it better that they go get that they come out and go seek treatment as opposed to like keep that fucking hidden and then one day just start snatching up fucking kids?
I mean, I don't think that it would be okay for my neighbor to like be open about liking children and be like, but it's okay because I'm seeking help for it. But I do think it's better if someone, keeps it to them fucking selves and only goes and talks about it to their therapist or whatever. No, like whoever.
Like they don't want to wear a shirt that says, "I want to fuck your kids."
I want to fuck kids, and then and on the back it says, "But it's okay. I'm seeking help." still.
Dude, oh my God, I would love to see that.
I
love children.
I would
really
still
love
think
children.
as poorly about that person.
I seriously love children. T-shirt too.
Yeah, that's not all right.
Oh God! All right. So cuddling. Next one is cuddling releases natural painkillers. Oxytocin, the so-called love or cuddle hormone, is produced during an embrace or cuddle. The hormone appears in the brain.
I like it. You trying to get some oxys? Give me a hug.
Dude, I'm trying to get this. That's right. Yes, bring it back into the love is a drug, dude. Love, no drugs. And it's thought to be involved in the bonding process. Research has found that a dose of oxytocin decreases headache significantly, and for some, it even makes the pain go away completely after 4 hours. I ain't waiting fucking 4. I'll get a real oxy, dude, if I got to wait fucking 4 hours.
4 hours? You're not even supposed to keep an erection for 4 hours.
That's right. Well, I don't know, dude. I think you're jumping to conclude they're not getting an erection. They just want to be held.
So what? They wearing a diaper too?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I know. Hold me, mommy.
Also,
anyways,
I want to see the difference. I want to see the difference in the test of like someone being held for 4 hours and finally being like, yeah, headache's gone, to testing the other guy who just sat there for 4 hours alone. It's like, also the headache's gone. It's fucking 4 hours.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's been fucking 4 hours. You haven't even been fucking down.
I took a 30-minute nap. I'm fine.
I feel better now. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that research might be a little botched there on that.
Goodness.
Not the oxys you want, but the oxys you need, apparently. I don't know. All right. Even looking at a picture of a loved one relives the pain. So I'm assuming this is with heartbreak, which we'll actually talk about. So even though it is long known that a presence of a significant other has a lot to do with patient's improvement, it has been proved that the same goes for even a picture of a beloved. The experiment showed that when experiencing pain, oh, never mind, I read this fucking title wrong, relieves pain. Oh, that makes it so much more interesting. Okay, so what they're saying is a picture of a loved one, like let's say you have a picture of your wife, dude, it's going to relieve pain is what this is saying.
Okay.
So experiments showed that when experiencing pain, study participants exposed to pictures of their beloved and to distracting word games had their pain reduced for far more than those exposed to the same distracting word games and pictures of acquaintances. So apparently word games and loved ones is the way to go. All natural. Like, all I need is my Sudoku and my fucking dog buddy.
Anybody got a good crossword puzzle?
So this one I think is obvious, and I'm not sure why this should be like a cool fact, but people at the same level of attractiveness are more likely to end up together. Many psychological and social research indicates that there are a significant pattern in how people choose people to establish romantic relationships with. This pattern is explained by the matching hypothesis, which says that people are more attracted to those that they share a level of attractiveness with, or in other words, are equally socially desirable. Even if successful couples differ in physical attractiveness, one of them usually compensates for it with other social desirable qualities.
Okay.
Pretty obvious, right? I mean, if you're ugly, you should not try to probably hook up with a 10.
Right.
Keep it with a 2.
Yeah.
You got a lot better chance of getting laid if you're fucking hitting on the fucking 3.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah, okay. Couples who are too similar to each other are not likely to last. A well-known saying goes, opposites attract, and research proves that this is partially true. Couples that are either too similar or too different tend not to last very long. Apparently, there always has to be a foundation of similarities, but there also has to be things that the two of you learn from each other.
I mean, what the fuck could my wife be learning from me?
Dude, I don't know. I would ask myself the same question if I were you. I mean, dude, I would, yeah. No, dude, you got all kinds of good things to offer. I care for you. I just don't look, 'cause I care for you. I think you're a good person. You're a good friend. And I'm sure you have a lot of good things to offer. So don't sell yourself short. No. Heartbreak is not just a metaphor. Okay, here we go. This is a cool one. So research has provided evidence that intense traumatizing events such as a breakup, divorce, loss of a loved one, physical separation from a loved one, or betrayal can cause real physical pains in the area of one's heart. This this condition is called broken heart syndrome. I talked to you a little bit about this earlier, like when we were kind of prepping for the show.
Right.
So this is a real fucking thing. This is a real thing, and let me jump to heart.org, which is actually like the Heart Foundation's website. So this is credible.
Yeah,
this is
one
probably
of the
one credible
most.
Site we're,
yeah,
the only one we're using the whole time. So is broken heart syndrome real? Yes is the answer that we just talked about. It's called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Women are more likely than men to experience this. It's a sudden, intense chest pain as a reaction to a surge of stress hormones that can be caused by an emotionally stressful event. So death of a loved one, divorce, breakup, separation, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of times this is misdiagnosed as a heart attack.
Well, how would you know how to I mean, isn't it a heart attack?
No, it's different. It's different.
If it's different, then you should be able to tell from an autopsy, no?
Yeah, you would be able to.
Okay.
Yeah, because people are actually diagnosed with it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it says the tests show dramatic changes in rhythm and blood substances that are typical of a heart attack. But unlike a heart attack, there's no evidence of blocked arteries in the heart, so that's how they can tell.
Huh.
But how fucked is that, dude? You can keel over from a fucking broken heart for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's some crazy shit.
But is that how you find out if someone's truly in love?
That's the only way to find out. If you leave them, if you love something, let it go. And if you die, you truly loved it to begin with.
Well, I was
thinking,
but I was thinking more of like, so if
I'm
there's...
pretty sure that's not how this
No, that's
goes.
it's 1,000% how the saying goes. That's but I was thinking more of like the dumbass that married a tree. Like, just go take an axe to that tree. I bet you that person doesn't die.
I don't know, dude. If love is a real thing, then I feel like you can love anything except children. You shouldn't love children, but you can love anything else, dude. Like, you can, I say, you know what? If you want to fall in love with a tree, you go for it, man. I don't have any problem with that. And the last one, and then we will jump to the interesting, weird fucking things that people do fall in love with. Romantic love eventually ends, only to be followed by committed love. So couples at the very beginning of a romantic relationship will be very different a year later. It is estimated that romantic love, which is linked with euphoria, dependence, sweaty palms, butterflies, only lasts about a year. That's it. You're only in love for a fucking year.
It's a different type of love then, right?
See, it's bullshit, dude. How are you going to say there's different fucking... Like, oh, no, this is different. No, you have different feelings. You have different fucking feelings.
That's, yeah, that's what it is.
You can't call it all fucking love.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's different feelings. It's different feelings. It's still all love.
I don't like it, dude. I don't like it at all. Jesus, dude. I do not like that. Let me see if there's any other ones here that are decent. If not, we're gonna get right into the shit, right into the deep of it.
Give me it.
No, dude, I don't like this fucking. No, all this, the rest of this bullshit. Okay, let's get to the fucking crazy weird shit. Let's
Give me
do it.
I'll do my best to try and see their side of their crazy love.
You gotta be with an open mind here, dude. You gotta stay with an open mind.
I'm gonna try and hitchhike down this aisle of love.
Okay, that's all I ask of you.
All right.
So, First one is a man who married himself.
He's an idiot.
In 2007, Liu Yi, I'm not going to pronounce any of these Chinese. I thought these fucking Chinese people, dude, I swear to God, of China decided it would be better to marry himself than be single. The best part is that he married a foam board cut out of himself dressed in a lovely red dress.
Really?
I love this guy. I love this fucking guy, dude. He admits to being narcissistic, but said that there are many reasons for marrying myself, but mainly to express my dissatisfaction with reality.
Oh, my God.
I fucking love this guy, dude. Yes, I would totally kick it with this dude.
I wonder if there's any tax
Right.
benefits for him to file as married.
In China,
Yeah, there's no benefits there. What am I talking
there's
about?
nothing. There's no... That's what I'm saying, dude. Come on.
So what's the fucking point?
He just wanted to show that he loves himself, dude. You gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself.
I wonder if he wears a ring.
Can't love. Probably. He seems like a douchebag. Yeah, he probably does. All right, so a woman marrying herself. So it says marrying oneself is not just for the guys, though. In 2003, artist Jennifer Hose, dude, her name's Jennifer Hose.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She married herself in the Netherlands on her 30th birthday. It was a large affair in front of friends and family. Hose said, I
Get
can't
the
do it.
fuck
Hose,
out of here.
dude, Hose
Friends
said, why
and
not
family
pledge
showed up.
Apparently they did. Why not pledge allegiance to yourself in a ceremony as the basis for completion of your life and relationships?
So what's wrong with these people?
I feel like you haven't completed anything in your life if
You're
you end up
fucking
marrying yourself when you're 30
You're
years
30.
old.
You're 30.
You haven't completed anything in your fucking life.
Also, how fucking
Like, how-
fragile do you have to be if you have to marry yourself because you're scared that you're going to leave yourself?
Oh. You're like, I got to put a ring on it.
I gotta put a ring on it.
Yes, dude, valid point. I love it. No, I feel like this is bullshit. Okay, so here's one. A woman and snake.
She married a snake?
In 2006, yes, a Hindu woman in India claimed she had fallen in love with a snake and then married the snake in accordance with Hindu marriage. More than 2,000 people participated in a celebratory procession.
More than
because they felt that a wedding
2,000 people?
Yes. They felt that a wedding would bring good luck. The snake did not attend. What? What was represented by a brass likeness of himself. Dude, the snake ditched her.
Did the snake really ditch her? Or
It didn't show up.
right, but are they just saying like because it wasn't allowed because it was a fucking 20-foot like human eater? Or
Either way, any way you look at it, the snake did not show up. I mean, the snake could spin it any way that it wants. It didn't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say, like...
that snake is tangled up in some shit with its bride then, you know?
Yeah, dude, I'm saying if you get ditched by a snake,
Yeah.
where's your life going?
Right. Also,
Where's your life going?
what kind of retard leaves it up to the snake to get there on its own?
The snake's like, I called an Uber, but I don't have any fingers. I would have called a cab, but I don't have any fucking fingers. You could have just put me in the little box and took me with you. The snake's like just sitting at home all sad. Dude's got a little bow tie on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like waiting by the door.
God.
Nobody came to get the snake. Aw. A woman and a dolphin.
Jesus
So after
Christ.
listen to this shit. After a 15-year courtship, a British
How?
woman married Cindy the dolphin in a ceremony in Israel.
So they're lesbians.
She claimed that. Yes, dude. She claimed that when they met, it was love at first sight. and calls the male. Wait, the male dolphin's name is Cindy?
Oh.
Wow, this really is fucked. This whole situation is fucked.
That's weird.
So she calls the dolphin the love of my life. She sealed the deal with a kiss and a gift of a hair. Dude, she is banging this dolphin.
And a gift of a what?
Herring, a fish.
Oh my God.
She gave it a fish.
God. Ew.
Dude, she is.
She's fucking a dolphin.
Let's just like if I were to say like. Let's say in an alternate reality where I'm not married yet, and I were to say, like, listen, dude, I know that this is going to be kind of a weird conversation to have, but I'm in love. I'm really excited about it. I have met the love of my life, is what she called it. I've met the love of my life. It was love at first sight, dude. Her name's Cindy, and you're like, dude, I'm so excited to meet her, and I take you to and I'm like, yeah, well, you got to meet her. So we go to the fucking aquarium, and you're like, is she meeting up to you? I'm like, no, she's right there.
She's right there. That one.
Behind the dolphin encounter? Like, no, the dolphin. The dolphin.
The instructor?
Like, what would you say?
No, I mean, for a while I'd laugh, and then when I really start to realize that you're not
when
kidding.
I started crying, when I started crying because you weren't supporting me as my best friend.
I mean, I still wouldn't support you. I would just, and there's no way. You're fucking idiot.
You wouldn't have my back, dude, if I wanted to marry a dolphin.
I wouldn't.
I'd be like, dude, that blowhole's good.
Oh my God.
You gotta put a ring on it. You gotta put a fucking ring on it.
The things she does for a herring.
Dude, oh my God. No. I don't wanna.
What?
I didn't want to read this one, dude.
Tell me it.
A man and a goat.
I mean, that's not even. That's what.
Again, dude,
that's just a pedophile. That's just a pedophile.
He's banging the goat. No, it's like a bestiality or.
That's a pedophile trying to seek help.
That's the way you seek. That might be the answer, dude. Like, listen, instead of banging children, why don't you try this and just bring a goat into the room?
And this is Billy Goat. See, kid's name.
And then and 5 years later, it's a beautiful wedding ceremony, and everybody's happy except the goat.
And then it's Bill Goat.
Okay, let me ask you this: how are these fucking animals consenting to getting married?
That's the thing. That's the big thing here. Is clearly marriage is just a fucking joke. You know what I mean? If that's allowed, if marrying yourself is allowed,
Oh my God, dude! I got to read the story about this. Is actually a pretty good story. So in Sudan, you have to be careful what you're caught being intimate with. There's a law that dictates if a man is caught sleeping with a woman, he must marry her immediately to save the honor of his family. In 2006, the laws was applied to a goat. He was fucking the goat. Charles Tomb was caught having relations with the goat and was forced to marry it and pay a dowry to its owner as a form of public embarrassment.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I love the Sudanese government.
That's great.
Shit.
That's great that's their action. Is no. You're marrying.
No. You're going to marry this fucking goat. You ain't going to just bang around my goats here. You gotta show me you're serious.
Now you got to pay a dowry because that guy didn't realize he was going to lose a goat.
Dude, he probably had to go and ask permission from the goat owner, the goat dad.
Well, no, it sounds like the government's no, they're getting married.
Whether you fucking like it or not, you're marrying this fucking goat.
That's happening.
You knocked up this goat. You're getting married to it. Wow, dude, this is just such a wild ride that we're on. Farmer and dog. So apparently sometimes marrying an animal can help you with your luck. A farmer in India who had suffered from some disabilities believed that he had been cursed after stoning 2 dogs to death in his rice field.
Whoa.
Yeah, you stone fucking 2 dogs to death, you're probably going to be cursed. Doctors couldn't help him, but his astrologer
Oh, good.
His
Good.
astrologer told him that the only way to lift the curse would be to marry a dog and to live with it.
Yep. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense, dude. If you go to your astrologer, they're probably going to, they're going to tell you to fucking marry a dog.
Yeah.
Who has an astrologer? Should I have an astrologer now? I gotta feel like I need one.
How do you make money as an astrologer?
Apparently, they're fucking just tearing it up in India.
Dude, they probably actually are. Like, if you have that niche, like, because there's so many fucking kooky people out there.
Dude, I guarantee you go to New York or L.A. right now, you'd be tearing it up.
I will
as an
absolutely
astrologer.
not be going to New York right now.
Maybe not right now. Well, maybe that's what it needs, dude, as an astrologer. Just say, your love signs need to get in check so your immunity gets better.
Your immunity's better, yeah.
Yep, that's it. All right, man and a cat. So cats can also be a man's best friend, so much so that a postal worker in Germany married his cat after a veterinarian told him that the feline was terminally ill. Aww.
Jesus.
No German officials would step in to marry the two, but an actress played the part of the officiant to help the man fulfill his dream.
So no. So not actually married.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little confusing to me, but I will say that the man looks ridiculous. He has a top hat on in a full tuxedo with a ponytail with a cat in a wedding dress. I do kind of feel, I guess I don't understand, if your cat's terminally ill, I would just say, well, I should get my cat, cat hospice. I don't know that marrying the cat is really fixing anything.
No, I'd say you just start, if you really want... This is too difficult. No, you don't. You don't fucking love a cat like that. There's what is wrong with people?
It's gonna get worse.
Oh, great.
Better hold on to your britches.
Oh, great.
So, woman and tower. A former soldier from San Francisco claimed she fell in love with the Eiffel Tower. So in 2008, she made it official and went so far as to change her name to Erica La Tour Eiffel. She was also once in a long-term relationship with a beau and cares deeply for a fence that she keeps at home, but her wedded commitment is to the Eiffel Tower. And this picture has her straddling and kissing the Eiffel Tower.
How?
One of the poles of it.
Oh my God! Does she go and get her? She gets off on the tower.
She's rubbing on the tower. She's rubbing her cooter on the tower right now.
But so how does she feel about other people all around the tower? That tower is seeing so many people.
Well, she's fucking seeing a fence at home too.
That's fair. That's a good point. A lot of posts on a fence.
You know what I mean? It's an open relationship.
Still, she needs help, mentally.
She does, and so does this next woman. The woman, which this next woman looks like. Who the fuck was that serial killer?
Oh boy,
the one that ate people. Help me out here. Dahmer.
You okay?
This chick looks like Dahmer.
Interesting.
Has Dahmer glasses.
Interesting.
Looks exactly like Dahmer. So she
married
is
a dead person.
No, she's marrying a wall. She's marrying the Berlin Wall, as a matter of fact. So, in 1979, Aisha Rita Berliner Mauer married the Berlin Wall after having fallen in love with it when she saw it on TV as a child.
How'd she feel about it coming down?
There's a lot of things I don't... Well, here we go. So she changed her last name, which now means Berlin Wall, so Berliner Mauer, I suppose. She was horrified when the wall was taken down 10 years later and hasn't returned.
Oh, my God.
She killed herself. She had
no.
To, right?
Did she? Wait.
I don't know. I'm asking. That's conjecture. I'm just saying she...
Well, no. See,
right?
this is what I'm saying is she didn't die from a broken heart, so she didn't love that inanimate object like she thought she did.
I suppose suppose you're right.
And that's a good reasoning that people should stop marrying or stop allowing people to marry inanimate objects or animals.
It concerns me that she fell in love with it as a child. Like, what kind of love are we taught? Like,
that's odd.
I don't know. The whole thing just really makes me uncomfortable.
Maybe she just loves. Maybe it's not necessarily the wall. It's just the segregation.
She's a fucking Nazi. She's a pro-Russia fucking commie, dude.
That's what it is. Crack that case.
Fucking commie. Yep. Man and a digital wife. So, what do you do when you fall in love with a character in a dating video game? You make her permanent, binding commitment to her. Sal 9000 fell in love with the character he met playing Love Plus, which I've never heard of, on his Nintendo DS and married her in 2009.
You can't.
He did.
You can't, though.
It did. Well, I mean, maybe it was just what do they call it when you're not actually marrying someone, a commitment ceremony?
Jesus Christ.
Yep. If you like it, you should put a ring on it, unless it's a ride at an amusement park, because that would be kind of difficult. Amy Wolf of New York didn't care, and she ended up marrying the 1,000 Knots, a ride she's ridden more than 3,000 times. She's had relationships with other objects, but she's committed to the knot as her main squeeze.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with these people?
They love some roller coasters.
What the fuck,
I mean,
man?
I could see the roller coaster more than the fucking tower. I mean, you get on the pulls of that, dude, and it's rumbling and it's shaking, dude, and it gets you going and it gets you.
Now I just don't think that the people marrying themselves are all that crazy.
Right? So, a man and a pillow.
A man and a pillow?
Perhaps a softer partner would be easier. That's clearly how Lee Jun-gyu felt when he decided to marry a pillow. The pillow has a face of a popular female anime character. Of course it does. Of course. A popular female anime character on it. So it was apparently quite attractive to the South Korean fellow who tied the knot with his betrothed in 2010. I can see that. If you're going to marry a pillow, I can 100% see it having a anime character on it.
Yeah, that part, yeah, but...
I mean, I'm sorry if, we're offending our audience, but, dude, I would say most anime is for dweebuses.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Fair to say?
Yeah. There was
if you watch anime, odds are you have a fucking samurai sword in your house.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. Right, yeah. It's so stupid. But there was one. I've watched one. I think it was like a movie. And I don't know.
There's okay anime.
No, but so I don't remember. And I watched this one back at that house that you had mentioned a while back in this pod.
Akira, it had to be, dude.
Is that the one where they're like the motorcycle gang?
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a work of art.
I like that one. I like that one, but that's it.
There's also one that I really like that was made by a doctor, and it's called Cells at Work. There's a Japanese name for it, but it breaks down into cells at work. But it actually does a really good job, surprisingly, of portraying how the body works.
Really?
And how your immune system works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend that one. Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Cool.
So, of course, a man and his doll has been married. So, I want to give credit to this website, because they have some pretty funny things that they put, as the come-ups to this. So this is thefw.com, by the way, I'm getting this from. This man thought having a wife who wouldn't spend all his money, talk back to him ever, or leave him was the way to go. That's why Dave Cat, that's this dude's name, is Dave Cat, married his blow-up doll in 2000.
Oh,
he provides me with a lot of things that I can't get out of an organic partner like quiet. Yes.
Holy shit.
He said, so Dave Cat and the doll were featured in TLC's My Strange Addiction.
Wonderful.
Interesting. Interesting.
Wonderful.
And then the very last one, a woman and pot. So according to an Indian woman, when your betrothed doesn't show up for the wedding, you can do the next best thing and marry a clay pot. That's exactly what a woman by the name of Salvita did in 2005. Her fiancé, Shaman Singh, an officer with the Tibetan border police, got stranded on the job. Instead of waiting, her family wanted the ceremony to continue as planned. A picture of the bridegroom was placed on the pot and the wedding commenced.
Oh, my God.
So her family was so fucking dead set. They're like, look, we paid for this shit, dude. We're not doing this again.
We're getting through this, yeah.
You're marrying something. You're fucking marrying something.
And so that counted as them getting married? He was just, like, stuck at work?
I guess. Do you have to be present for a wedding? I feel like you should have to be present for a wedding.
You probably should have to be present, yeah.
Because if not, I mean, any fucking psychopath could say, like, no, I swear to God, like, he does want to marry me. He's stuck.
Right.
And the priest is just like, yeah, all right, sure.
Yeah.
We'll legally bind you guys for the rest of your lives, and if you want to get divorced, you get half of everything that he has.
Yeah, we don't need a signature for that.
What a fucked up world we live in, man. But that's all my weird marrying things. We're definitely there on time. I guess when it's all said and done, man, I mean, I feel like I learned a lot about love today that I didn't know. There's definitely a lot of weird physiological things with love that I was unfamiliar with. I'm starting to think maybe love goes deeper than just the term, and maybe it is a thing of its own. I still am going to stand by my stance of that too many things are wrapped into love. I think that too many things are thrown into that equation. I still think it's used a little too broadly, but I'm beginning to think that there is a such thing as love, and it's out there.
Yeah, well, I think that's better than where you started.
That is, because I'm pretty sure I started the show with saying, like, there ain't no fucking love.
Like a fucking unapproachable Scrooge. Yeah.
It wasn't my intention, like I said, but I mean, I guess there is something physiological as, like, that can best be described as love.
And there you have it, folks.
We learned that people will marry anything.
Yeah.
We learned you can die. You can straight up fucking die.
You can die. Yep.
Love will kill you.
So if anybody out there has a teenage daughter and she's going through a breakup, take it easy on her.
Mm-hmm. We have learned that, like, it is okay to love kids. It's not okay to love kids.
Right. Yep. Well, I don't think we learned that today. I think we're just.
Well, yeah. Maybe we just reinforce that.
Yeah.
And if you think it's okay to come out as a pederast, we are going to burn your house down.
I'm going to burn your fucking house down. Yeah.
We're going to burn your fucking house down.
Yeah. The next vote yes on issue 3, sign IC is.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's like money for the disability. Right. You're like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're turfing their yard, dude. You're fucking flipping them off, dude. They're like, their kids come out in fucking wheelchairs, like, Mom, what's happening? Like,
oh my God.
You're like, release those kids, dude. You tie the wheelchair.
Release those kids.
Car, you're pulling them away. Like, I'm rescuing you. Just
I'll
relax.
take you to safety. You got fucked into a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yes, dude. Yes.
Get him to the station. Like, look at the damage done on them.
That's exactly, dude. Like, what did you do, you monster?
Oh God. Yep.
Wow.
That's gonna do it. Oh, but for everyone out there, please, what I want is for you to either email us sywsolpod@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter at sywsol and let us know if you were going to marry an inanimate object, what would that be? That's what I want you to do.
That. Yes.
Let us know.
Please. please, yes, I am totally down with that. I think that's a fucking great idea. Definitely reach out to us. We love that shit. So, I don't know, man. I think we covered love in a pretty unapproachable, Scroogey, horrible way, and I think that's I wouldn't see it any different for the show. How do you feel?
I'm in complete agreement. I think that was
great.
I think that was good. Job well done.
That was great. That was great. That's right. We've taught you everything you need to know about love. So, hit us up, and unless you have anything to add, my good friend, I think we're out for this episode.
We are out of here. Later, guys.
We'll see you next week. Mike signing off.
Jake is out.